That's gorgeous. Oh, eh? That's so cool. How cool is that? I love the world that Avomancia has created. From custom rivers to custom trees with nether portals in the roots. A really nicely structured Greek town, including houses on the hill, plenty of custom trees, a cool bee house that I really love, a temple that would make Artemis jealous, and a Colosseum that I got completely carried away with when I was building. But most importantly, I love this place because of the community. You lot are amazing. So this episode is dedicated specifically to some of you. We are going to do a little bit of building later on, but first off, I want to go and visit a load of your bases. Now, I can't get to all of them because there's so many of you, but I'm going to get to as many as I possibly can without turning this episode into a 15-part mini-series. So let's get going. I've got a lot of travelling to do. Now, when I visit here, I literally don't know what to look at first. There is so much going on. These are the group that call themselves the Avo Knights. Safeface has given me permission to come and have a look. And oh my goodness, there's always... This has changed so much since last time I did it. I love these additions. Look at the detailing on this. That's gorgeous. I'm liking that very much. Just a little... See, a lot of people just build a little house. Not this lot. No, they built a little house on the sky. I couldn't even get it out then. Little house on the sky on top of a tower that's anti-gravity next to a very big building, which is just part of another massive, great big building thing. It's massive. I'm not entirely certain how many are in this group, but I'm going to have a bit of a fly around anyway. Now, this was just under construction the last time I came past. There was lots of holes. The tower wasn't quite finished. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? It's very gothic looking, quite ominous, looking over the valley. It's absolutely beautiful. And the tower goes on for days right up into the sky. I love the way this has been all textured up. Can you see? This is block by block, people remember. They've used some coal in there to get some texture in. And look, you can see going all the way down, which I'm going to do in a minute. You've got the green... Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. The green light of... Well, you'll see in a minute. The green light being coming out of something that's down at the bottom that you'll be able to see in just a moment, I think. It's raining and snowing on me at the same time. That's just a little bit weird. Here it comes up. So now we're going inside the castle now. And you can see we've got the beacon shining up, but it's like it's emanating from this really ominous looking green slime kind of crack in the world thing that we've got going on at the bottom. This is brilliant. Don't you just love it, the way they've done this? It's like there's something come out of the wall there. We've got some interesting looking geode action going on, but I love the way we've used glass effect to get that kind of hazy feeling. I did a tutorial on how to get the glass effect just a little while ago. I'll put the link in the description if I remember. But isn't it brilliant? I love that. And if that's all they've done, that would be quite impressive. But it's not all they've done. Obviously, we've got this town in the middle here. I love that building in the middle. Isn't it gorgeous? Which is, again, in itself, that's an entire project. But no, they don't stop there. They've got stuff going up on that mountain there. You can see with mangrove, the nether woods. We've got this other little kind of polar thing going on here. Nice star-shaped monument. And then on the other side, it's still raining. On the other side, we've got even more medievalness going on. We've got the ruined tower there, which is a little bit of homage, possibly, to the tower at the middle of the competitive sky block in the lobby world of that. Then we've got this gorgeous town area. I love the way this has been brought together. It's not just one building lobbed in next to each other. It's actually been brought together to be a complete town. That's a really difficult skill. I love the port. I love the fact that it's got a boat in. Always put a boat in a port. It gives it a little bit of life. We've got this walled area. This is a good trick. This is a really good trick here. If you've got multiple levels, don't go up, like up, one block at a time like that. Get yourself a wall that's kind of 7, 8, 9 blocks high and create yourself a second level and then start building again. It works so beautifully. I recommend that. And we've got this full area here with a nice Tudor-esque style bit going on. It's just superb. Oh, hang on, there's more. There's something else happening here. We've got some framework in there. Again, we've got this multi-level effect that I just spoke about, bringing up the wall so as you've got something just a little bit more substantial. I like this. I dread to think what on earth is going on here, but it's going to be fantastic. You guys rock. I love what you're doing. And this, I believe, is Rymouse's place. It's just on the outskirts of the Avo Knights area, but I'm pretty sure this is anyway. This is how he described it to me. Now, Mousy is one of the mods of the server, but he's also made himself a bit of a Hobbit town right here, which I love that. Little bit of Hobbiton. Isn't that so superb? The use of amethyst for the trees. You got a proper burrow right there. That's nice. Have a little peek in through the window. Yeah, all sorts going on. We've got some cats and there's enchanting at the back. I'm a big fan of Hobbit holes. I think they're a really nice thing to build. I think they're very effective, and to turn it into a full-on Hobbiton is a really nice idea. I'm loving that. And then a tunnel going through into the Avo Knights area. Isn't that cool? Right here is Jurassic Joker's place, and we've got a good old mob farm there. Very standard type of mob farm. And this looks like a very familiar looking iron farm to me. Yep, that's my dual iron farm. I approve. That's an Avo approved iron farm all over that. Nice one, Joker. Let's have a look at your base. We've got a little bit of a cactus farm going on. You've got some bees. You've got your... Oh, there's a little baby cow. That's lovely. We've got Jurassic Joker's place. That's your house right there. We've got... Oh, there's an iron golem stood on top of that. Did you know that? Did you know there's a golem there? In fact, it seems to be a bit of a golems meeting going on over here. There's loads of them. Going through to the nether there, and I think Jurassic's got himself a nice little base moving on. Do you think they may be getting a load of flowers? Do you think they're just duping the flowers and lobbing them on there? They might be. Nice work. I like it. And this is the base of possibly the newest member of the server. At least I think they might be the newest member of the server. They didn't join that long ago, but oh my goodness, the progress they've made already. That's amazing. I love what you're doing. I mean, they say they've not done anything, but actually in reality, they totally have. This is great. We've got a bit of this fortress castle thing going on. There's all sorts going on inside there. Look, we've got villagers. You've got a full trading centre in there. What are you talking about, Zen? You've got loads done. Telling me there's nothing done. What are you like? You've got your dock area all sorted. You've got your fortification across your dock. You've got your farms here. Food farm, sugarcane farm, wool farm, bed farm. No, it's not a bed farm. There's all sorts here, look. And you've got... How much trading do you want to do, mate? Seriously, loads of trading. You're like a trader. Off of people that like to trade stuff and swap stuff. Bee farm, wood farm, and a lava hut, which I assume is a lava farm. In the little time that you've been in, Zen, and I know it's not been that long at all, this is incredible work. Bravo, seriously. And obviously, when you site yourself inside a bamboo jungle, the thing that you've got to build is a bamboo farm, right? Because there's not nearly enough bamboo around you, is there? Not nearly enough. You'd run out so quick. If I built and developed as fast as you, Avomancia would be 5,000 by 5,000 blocks by now. Now, you'll recognise this place because we've been here before. This is KGS Hart, KGS Mrs. Hart, and KGS Fly's place. We've got all these little huts around here. That one right in the middle there. That belongs to me. Look, it's got a little sign. I'll prove it to you. This is mine! That's my holiday home, so I'm allowed to come here anytime I want. Oh, look, Voss has got one as well. That's nice. So this is a really gorgeous build. Japanese type build, inspired by Japan. But there's something that KGS Mrs. Hart has been doing since I came along. And it's out on the water. Look at this. In survival, people, I just want to iterate. This has been built in survival. This is the first time I've seen this. She said it was big. Hang on a minute. It's still going. What on earth? How big do you need this to be? How many creepers are you transporting? This is bonkers. What are you on? You do realise that there's a global environmental crisis, right? I'm loving it. This is really impressive. The amount of blocks that you would have had to have placed to make this. It's just bonkers. And we can get a feel for the size of it if I bolt myself all the way from one end right across to the other end. It's full of water because obviously you won't want to empty the water out. Why would you do that? That would be just silly. But it's enormous. I love it, Mrs. H. I know you've been wanting me to come and have a look at this for a while, but I'm glad I've waited till now so as I can get the full impact of the size of the thing. Because if I'd have come a little bit earlier, perhaps it wouldn't have been quite there and it wouldn't have been quite so, oh my goodness. I'm assuming that this is a big old cruise ship just touring into the harbour at Tokyo or something. We've got the big Torii gate showing KGS right in the middle of it, just to show, if you didn't already know, who it belongs to. I've come across to Poroscar's place and I'm on the nether roof. This is where they told me to start, so this is where I've come. And they've built themselves up. There's a few farms here, like plenty of trading farms. We've got a nice tower going on there. And the nether hub is where this is all at. You can see, look, owner Poroscar, Sahawk and KGS Mrs. Hart also allowed to come and play on this section, which is amazing. Like the tower, this is good. And around here, they've got a number of nether portals that they can come along and just go into and out of to go to different parts of the area. So lots of people are allowed to use that. That's quite nice. I like the fact that people share their portals, but you must always put a sign in it. They've even got villages over here, which is a good thing. But I'm told what I really need to do is come through this portal, because we want to go across to Neverland and specifically Avo's Plaza. So let's do that. So I'm through into Avo's Plaza and Neverland now. Okay, design Avomance builder horoscope. Right, so that implies this is something I did that appears. Oh, I recognise it. Oh my goodness, this was a little while ago. A little while ago, Pete. What happened there? That's nice. I love what you've done to it, though. You've taken it to another level. I prefer yours to mine. Definitely. That's gorgeous. Oh, eh? That's so cool. How cool is that? Oh my goodness. What have you done? There's a blot on the landscape and it looks like me. I'm guessing that this is Avo's Plaza. You're a nutcase. That is so brilliant. I love it to a million pieces. Look, it's a good looking fella though, you gotta admit. What do you reckon? Anybody see my reflection in my big brother anywhere around here? I'm extremely humbled by that, and I almost don't want to look at anything else. I just want to stare at myself because, you know, I'm vain like that. That's what happens when you're alive for 1,430 years. You like to look at yourself when you were young. But we have got some other buildings around here too. This looks very much like the underground base that I did, I think about a year ago. But again, I like the take you've made on that. You've made it better than mine. Everybody always makes their stuff better than mine. But that's gorgeous. I love what you did. The fact that you put it part underground and part not. That is a really interesting take on it. That's my bum right there. And then there's more stuff over here. I'm interested to see what this blue construction is. That's nice. Again, that's something I did, but you've absolutely knocked the ball out of the park with that. That's so much nicer than mine is. Oh, you got to stop doing that, because if you make all your stuff better than mine, then I might as well just give up. That's cool. This is like a tour of my tutorials, this is. I love building this house, by the way. This house was so nice to design. It was really difficult to get that roof structure right and make it look right in the middle. I've got to go inside. I hope you don't mind. Because the shape of this house is really challenging. You see, you've got all of the gables kind of sticking out, and it makes the walls look a little bit different. It's a work in progress, this one, obviously, but it's. I love the way that you've used the palette here. Different to the palette that I used, and yours is nice. Personally, I'd like to stay here all day, but I better go and look at someone else. And this is Hot Pocket's little corner of the server. It's a village transformation. Use the village as the edge of your base there. And then you've done this really pretty house. Actually, I like that. That's nice. I love the depth that you've got on that. The kind of, you'd see with the walls, you've got it coming out. You've got some really gorgeous depth, and you contrasted that on the sides as well. Nice roof apex gable there as well. It doesn't go the height of the roof to give it some different shape. I like the fact that you're doing that with some fence posts to cover up your animals. You know, if it rains, the animals want to keep dry, right? That's only fair. You've used some of the buildings for your own purposage, and you've left some. Is that a creeper explosion? Could have been. Or maybe just an axe. And then up the top here, we've got this lovely little house. I say little, it's not little at all, is it? That's cracking. I like that. The palette's gorgeous. I love the palette you've used here. You've still not quite finished that roof, but that's okay. I can see what you're doing with it. Even, I'm going to say it, even the birch wood works with that. It's not something I say very often, but I like what you've done. The fact that you've come up and you've not made it straight, you've got a kind of a curve there. That's lovely. Oh, and there you are, Hot Pocket. I can see you. But what's funny is they can't see me because I'm touring in spectator. Shh. And this is Miss Seeley's base. Miss Seeley has been on the server and part of the community for probably longer than I have, to be fair. And they are taking apart this mushroom island and turning it into, be careful there because that mycelium's going to take over it, but turning it into a green paradise. And look at this. I knew this was behind me. I was deliberately keeping my back to it. But there's all sorts going on here, look. Isn't that so cool? I love this. Let's look at this first. There is so much prismarine going on here. I know it's making my eyes water. It's absolutely fabulous. I love prismarine as a block, but I'm scared of guardians, so I'm really rubbish at actually making farms in survival for them because they just scare me because they kill me a lot. But I love that. Isn't that like Kew Gardens inspired greenhouse? It's absolutely beautiful, Miss says. And then over here, I can see something. that looks very kind of Acropolis-like. Nice Greek build, keeping with the theme of Greece that I'm building Avomancia. I love what you've done. That's actually really beautiful. There is an awful lot of quartz going on. That's a lot of nether collection right there, but isn't that a lovely piece of work? I love the circle, the way you've done that. I love the kind of the way you've included not just the base itself, but the entirety of the surrounding as part of the build. That's great. And this is Thunderboo's place. Now, Thunderboo is an immense builder, and they've not disappointed. We've got a gorgeous castle up in the mountain. We've got this fort type thing with the really beautiful house. I like that kind of Viking medieval inspired house there. That's really, really lovely. I like that very, very much. I might have to nick that, I've got to be honest. Then we've got more kind of, again, it's Viking inspired. I mean, maybe it wasn't meant to be, but it's what kind of gives its feel to me is kind of Viking-esque, but also with a cross between kind of the Tudor medieval style as well. Lots of spread. And this is a lot of building over a lot of area, lots of little houses kind of popping around. Custom trees aplenty. Thunder is great when it comes to organic, so I'm not surprised that there's a number of custom trees popping all over the place. And then let's just have a look up here at this castle on the hill. I don't mean like off of Ed Sheeran, I mean off of this castle on the hill. Isn't it great? The use of the palette, the greens of the roof, mixing in here with the nether woods and the prismarine. That's a really gorgeous palette mix with a very dark kind of blackstone come wool come deep slate type of feel for the rest of it. That's really, really lovely. In through this really gorgeous stained glass window, I like what's gone on there. We've got good use, right? I don't say this very often either. Really, really good use of this terracotta, because I'm not a big fan of terracotta. I've got the pattern terracotta, but that is nice. Thunder's look running off into the distance, doesn't know I'm here, and let's keep it that way because it's nice and quiet. And then we've got this kind of tower going up right to the top. That's a lot of work, isn't it? Blimey, that is such a lot of work. I love the level of effort that people go through to play on this server. It's very humbling that we've brought this kind of effort together. But what a lovely site you've found though, Thunder, in this snow-covered cauldron. That's a really gorgeous spot. You lot are absolutely amazing when it comes to building. You make me look so rubbish, and I'm supposed to be the P word. That's professional for people that don't watch me on Twitch and know that saying professional is a bad thing, so we call it the P word. Shh. Now, this is Avotopia. So this is my patron server. Everyone in here is a tier 2 patron or above, and they get all kinds of perks, and it's really good fun. The community is absolutely amazing. But there is also the SMP that is completely free, Quarry Craft, and I'm going to pop over there now as well. And this is the spawn area for Quarry Craft. It's a completely free, no whitelist SMP, and you're more than welcome to come and have a play on this. The IP is up on the screen if I remember to do it, and also in the description below. You'd be very, very welcome. And I'm just going to have a bit of a nose about. Now, we've already seen them over on Avotopia, but Jurassic Joker has also got a base on Quarry Craft. In fact, a few people do build on both servers because it's a different feel, different ways of building, but they're still both very, very, very great communities, and I love them. This looks like we've got kind of little lovely animal type efforts going on here. We've got a little bear, little duck, little piggy, little panda. That's really cute, Joker. I really like what you've done. This is a slightly more established base to your Avotopia base, because I know you started building this one first, but it's lovely. There is some really gorgeous landscaping quarry for people to come and build it. It's not been touched. And you come across all kinds of lovely little things, like this tiny little base here, that building up some, well, it's just growing some wheat and somewhere to live, maybe a temporary base for someone. That's cool. And you just kind of trip over these things every now and again. And then you trip over other stuff that is definitely less temporary. Look, that's an AT-AT iron farm right there. I recognise who did that. That's an amazing tutorial. You might want to look for that in the link in the description. There's a really cool tutorial giver called Avomance built that, and they have done a cracking job of it. Look at that. This is Supersonic's base. I love the shape that you've gone for with this one here. It's kind of square, but with the rounded corners. That works really well. Again, some gorgeous terrain that people could come and build on here. It's absolutely brilliant. Look at what you can make of that. I love Quarry Craft. It's completely free. Anybody can come and play on it. And it's just something about it. It's got an amazing, amazing community. The atmosphere is fantastic. There's always a lot of people on. So if you fancy come and have a go, come and play on Quarry Craft. You know you want to. It makes sense. There's plenty of space. Come and join in. Now, I've officially not had permission to go and see anybody else's bases and put it on a video, so I'm not going to go to any more on Quarrycraft because they didn't say that I could. There's plenty to see, believe me, come and have a wander around, but obviously don't go into anybody's base without an invite. You guys are brilliant. I love looking around your stuff and seeing what you've done. You make this place look rubbish, and I love the fact that you make this place look rubbish. Keep doing what you are doing. Now, I need to do something around here as well, but before I do, I want to go and introduce you to a few people, some patrons and some members that I've become amazing friends. Don't go anywhere. This is the Hall of Heroes, where I give credit to people that are supporting the channel through Patreon and just by coming in all the time. This is the lobby area of the Avoverse, and this is where you would come in if you ever wanted to visit us. Now, if you want to skip this bit, I completely understand. There is a timestamp in the description and up on the screen if I remember to edit it in, but I do recommend you stay with me just for literally a couple of minutes. It's worth it. There are some awesome people I want to introduce you to. And if you'd like to get involved with Patreon, the details are on my website. That is avomance.com. Avomance.com. Go and take a look if I don't walk into the tree, and you'll find everything you need to know to get involved and get a shout out in this hall. And we have got just brand new Redstone patrons today, and that's fantastic. I love the Redstone round because that's what gets you into Avotopia to be able to play with me. Look at all of them. They're amazing people. And today I've got 6 brand new Redstone people to talk to you about. Prince S. Otti, it is great to see you up there in that red leather. Thank you so much for becoming a Redstone patron. I really, really appreciate the support. Chris Yord, thank you so much for being a Redstone patron. I love that black and white look. That's fantastic. It's brilliant to see you up there right in the middle of this Daft Can. I hope your shoulders are strong. Zenium, thank you for becoming a Redstone patron. It's fantastic to have you up on there. Really, really appreciate the support, and you're looking great in red. Yo Feeds, up there on that redstone block, looking fantastic. You might want to wipe your mouth there, mate, but it's fantastic to see you. Really, really good. J-Moz, thank you so much for becoming a Redstone patron. I really, really appreciate it. You're looking brilliant, almost at the end of the can, except Mindless Tuber is there. And Mindless, I will get your actual effigy up on top of that block as soon as I can, I promise. I'm just having a trouble fiddling around with the armor stands. Ignore me, I wasn't here. But Mindless Tuber, thank you so much. It is brilliant to have you up on that stand. You're at the end, but you are not the last in line. It's fantastic to have your support. I really, really appreciate it. To all of you, thank you. Nearly done, but there is just one more person I want to say hello to in the mate space, which for those of you who already know and those that you don't is underneath this gorgeous tree right in the lobby world of the Avoverse. Let me show you. Season 1 of Avomancia was this gorgeous blue colour, but then we moved into Season 2 and that changed to yellow, and then Season 3 came along and I thought, you know what, let's go a bit green, and we here are at episode 18. Who's going to be episode 18's mate and go right next to Tina? I'm not going to keep you in suspense. It is Red Ace. Red, you have long been waiting to come into here. Let's get you in there nice and green. Red, thank you so much for the support. Massive member of the community. It is brilliant to get you in this mate space. And Red was also a champion in the recent Isles Skyblock, which got him merch and cash as a prize. So he's got a double prize now of being in the mate space. Yay! But right now, I've got to go back to Avomancia. We've got work to do. You lot are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for the new patrons, the old patrons that have supported me for so long, and the returning patrons that were there in the past and have come back. You have no idea how much I appreciate you. Including those crazy diamond patrons that are doing a far better job than I am over there. Look, there's all sorts of planning going on. I love the fact they're doing it in the same theme as me. And I need to make a little bit more progress. The sun's going down, so I'm going to go to bed because I've got nothing on me. I was travelling with exactly nothing in my inventory, so I need to go to bed, get all my stuff, and then we're going to do some, not so much building, but we're going to try and jazz this area up here. Or at least try and do something with it. I've been really careful to landscape Avomancia, so we've got trees and bushes and pathways and all that kind of thing, and it's worked really well right up to this point here. But then as we get to the edge of these buildings on the left hand side, it sort of stops, and I want to try and increase that. So today's job is right behind me, and you know we all love a bit of a time lapse for this, so sit back, relax, enjoy the music, and let's see what we can turn this place into. reckon we're done. We changed the face of this area completely with this water feature and waterfall, with lots of pathways connecting it up to the rest of the town. I feel that these large buildings at the end now are much more connected to the rest of the city. It just seemed a little bit like they were just stuck out, plonked at the end without anything joining them up. And you know me, I love a little bit of terraforming and making stuff look pretty. I've got so many bushes in my inventory, I don't know what to do with them all. So I'll probably just lump them all on the ground. That was a really fun episode. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you sticking till the end. If you did enjoy it, let me know in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you, or slap that like button. And I'll look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.